look at what's happening in downtown Seattle. Already behind me, Lumen Field, there's a black line right in front of where Lumen has. It's just the field there now. Also, a ton of World Cup stuff is on there and FIFA. Super exciting. You can hear and see the excitement. So many people are out walking. Obviously, it's a super nice day in Seattle, but it's mostly about the fact that this is going on right here. One of Seattle's newest rooftop bars is prepping to host World Cup watch parties. Fogo de Chao's Next Level Lounge will have live World Cup matches on a projector screen, Brazilian cocktail specials, even a cocktail cart that will come tableside. So think about the rooftop views of Seattle, delicious eats, cheering on your team. What else could you possibly need?
I hit the road to check out your favorite pick for horseback riding. Woo! Maybe this one, or maybe this one.
We got a lot of great horses for you. They're all kind of suited towards beginners.
So you're already calling me a beginner, huh?
Well, we kind of call everybody beginners.
What horse do you think qualifies for me right now?
You'd be a good fit for Roxy. She knows the drill. She'll take care of you.
1, 2, 3. Roxy, be nice to me. Why you think people like riding horses on the beach?
This is different than your average trail ride. Most people have never even seen the ocean when they come out here, let alone to get on a horse. It's a great first experience for a lot of people that have never ridden a horse before. And the views are beautiful. It's a calming experience. Sounds of the ocean, the soft sand.
On a good day, you get a nice sunset, you know, in that mid-afternoon, nice bright red, pink sky. We can't guarantee that for every ride, but we do our best.
Destination dining is a dying breed. Perhaps that's because they say location is everything. Surely you want your business to be on Main Street. You want all that foot traffic. But every now and again, you discover a place that people are talking about. It's off the beaten path, but it's well worth the drive. About an hour and a half north of Seattle, you'll find Chuckanut Manor Seafood and Grill. It really is a Pacific Northwest icon. The building was originally constructed in 1934. It was a private house, eventually evolved into a restaurant. It changed hands a few times. But Chuckanut Manor is still here, and for good reason. The manor sits along scenic Chuckanut Drive, one of the most iconic coastal highways in Washington. Overlooks the Samish Bay and the San Juan Islands. The drive itself is very much a part of the experience, and the food, well, it's legendary. Everything from the burnt ends to the dessert, well worth the drive. Current owner Megan Pickett took over in 2019 and is focused on modernizing the restaurant while preserving its old school Pacific Northwest supper club atmosphere. Skip the drive-thru. Make the scenic trek to Chuckanut Manor. You won't regret it.
wrote a book about self-leadership. Tell me about it and who it's really for.
The book is really the book I would have wanted in my 20s, 30s, 40s, etc. But I think about new grads right now coming out into maybe their first jobs or entry level. And wow, if I had some of these insights, it would have, I think, changed a lot of my success narrative. So for a entry-level person or someone with their new job, it's great for them to be grounded in what's expected of me. Where should I be? What does impact look like for me? And so now you're not just running around being seen everywhere, but people are going to be mentioning your name.
How long does something like this simmer for?
5 hours.
5 hours?
5 hours. We're going to be here for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
I hope you like us.
yeah.
This duo is
I
sticking
hope you got a lot of questions there, Kelly.
I got a lot for
Atta
you.
girl.
Do you think there's any parallels too with baseball and cooking?
Yeah, you got to pay attention. You got to listen to your coaches. And I had the best coach in the world.
You sure did.
You know, with my mother. Dave Niehaus was the best ever in the business. There's my buddy right there.
Wow,
I
look at
miss
you
him
guys.
so much. We had such a great time together for 25 years. I've been living my dream for 52 years, 41 years here, so.
Well, we're
Manja.
so thankful that you came on the show. You've shared your passion and love of, Mariners baseball for so long with us.
Okay, look at this.
Okay, what is
Speaking
happening
of
here?
gardens, this is my lettuce bowl. Now, I have a lot of terracotta pots, and so what I've done, 6 or 7 of them, some of them are beautiful like this. It looks like the Colosseum of lettuce. But and so you plant different varieties in there. It's really easy because you can keep your eye on it. You can water it. It's movable when it gets like today's hotter, so I move things off certain tables in the backyard to help my lettuce survive. And it just looks so beautiful. It can be a centerpiece. And look how delicate this is. It's nothing like what you're going to find in the store. It's just not. And it makes such a beautiful salad. And if I have friends over, I'll say, hey, why don't you go clip me some lettuce? And so they'll take the little clippers and they'll cruise out into the garden. And it's beautiful, right?
Oh. What do you say to those people that say Seattle is just way too expensive?
I mean, this is why I ran for office, right? In part, just that it's becoming so expensive to live here. And that's another thing where I think really everyone sees that problem, right? Including the business community, right? It's a problem when, their workforce can't afford to live in the city where they work. And so there's a whole range of things that we need to be doing to tackle that. And it's challenging because also we know that the results are not going to be immediate, right? So we're working on changes to, make it possible to build more housing around Seattle, because we know that part of the reason we're in this crisis is that we just, as a city, as a region, we've not built the housing over the last 10, 20 years to accommodate our growing population. And our population is still growing, right? So we need to do a lot of different things to tackle the affordability crisis, including, as you mentioned, right, making childcare, preschool more affordable. And we also know that there's a lot of pressures pushing in the other direction, right, including things that we can't control related to, policies of the federal government and, war, all these things. So I think it's just, we have to do everything everything we can. Our local government is kind of the last line of defense for people. And we also have to be honest with people about, like, here's the levers we can pull. And there's things that we can't control. And I'm hopeful that that we're going to be able to make some real progress.
The Seattle Art Museum is a champion for art education, and they'll show you why in a very cool exhibit. Since 1985, a unique exhibit known as Narramore has featured student artwork, and much of it is on display right now. Celebrating the submissions of over 200 artworks by Seattle Public Schools middle and high school students, it has become a genuine tradition named after Floyd Narramore. He was a brilliant architect committed to public education and actually designed nearly 24 local schools between 1919 and 1941. This Narramore collection features everything from pottery to paintings and even original photographs. Seattle Art Museum offers its galleries to uplift and share students' perspective, skill, creativity, brashness, beauty, all celebrated here, and a testament to why art is an invaluable part of public education. Don't miss it. Narramore will be no more. May 31st. But don't worry, it'll be back next year.
Oh my gosh, it's out of the archives, and she looks amazing.
Period Corsets crafts historical costumes for performance, festivals, and weddings. This corsets story began in 2006 when owner Hillary Specht got a phone call.
The stylist on the phone says, oh, I have this emergency. I have this rush corset. I need a corset overnight. Do you have anything in lavender satin? We're good at corset emergencies. That's a tight turnaround. And she's like, are you sure it's gonna get there? Because it's for Madonna. And I was just like almost.
The rush order piece of underwear became outerwear in Madonna's Sorry video. After that, everyone thought the corset's 15 minutes of fame was over. They were wrong. The pop culture icon wore it again during Coachella 2026.
These were not just employees or union members. They were fathers, sons, friends, mentors, and co-workers who helped build this facility and this community every single day. We honor their lives, we stand with their families they leave behind, and we remain committed to stand with this community through every step of the investigation and cleanup process ahead.
Just what is it like to work with white liquor? This is the super corrosive chemical that leaked from a ruptured tank in a Washington pulp mill earlier this week. Well, Mickey Deering, who used to work with white liquor and other chemicals used to turn wood into paper products, says the stuff's pretty scary. He had some mist on his face and got mild burns and scabs in one instance, and he's seen coworkers go to the hospital in others. But the former mill worker has seen nothing like the accident at Nippon Dynawave, where 11 workers died as white liquor flowed out of the damaged tank. Like others, he's trying to understand how that big tank could have imploded, collapsed as if air was sucked from the inside out. He says ventilation, operator error, poor maintenance, any of those could be to blame. Officials from several state and federal agencies are investigating.
Investigators are searching for the person who was trying to steal gas from a gas station and started a fire. You can see in this video a vehicle was scorched. The King County Sheriff's Office says deputies responded about 4:30 this morning to the Draft Choice Sports Bar just off Auburn Black Diamond Road. Witnesses say somebody was trying to steal gas from a ground tank at the gas station next door when that car caught fire. The suspect took off. That incident now under investigation.
I think having the K-rail here is going to stop a lot of the people from turning the corners and flying up and down the streets. I also think it's going to help deter a lot of the people that use the street after gun violence, shooting up and down the streets.
This is Blue. Blue has an important job to do, helping prevent human-wildlife interaction at Grand Canyon National Park. It's a growing problem. The Park Service says elk and bighorn sheep have gotten too comfortable around visitors using developed areas as shelter from predators. And that's where Blue comes in. The Catahoula leopard hound is part of the park's Conservation Canine Pilot Project. She'll roam the park with her handler, using controlled barking and herding pressure to move animals back towards natural habitats. The project lead said in a news release, this is a humane way to, quote, reduce dangerous habituation and help wildlife remain wild.
Newly released court documents lay out the evidence investigators say turned the disappearance of a Kent, Washington hunter into a murder case. And some of this honestly reads like a crime thriller. Ian Eccles vanished during a hunting trip in Kittitas County in May 2020. His body has never been found. But investigators say a GPS watch, blood evidence, bullet trajectories, and even car stickers helped them build their case against Jorge Alcantara Gonzalez. The big break in the case came when investigators found Eccles' SUV hidden in the woods near Mineral Springs. When deputies moved in, Gonzalez ran into the forest. Inside Eccles' SUV, investigators say they found blood, hair, and evidence of what they call a violent confrontation. Detectives believe Eccles may have been sleeping in the back of the vehicle when gunfire broke out, and evidence suggests both men fired shots. The documents also say GPS data placed Gonzalez near Eccles' campsite just hours before he disappeared. And then there's this detail. Eccles' SUV was found after he vanished, but it looked a lot different. Its distinctive window stickers had been removed. Later, investigators say pieces of those stickers were found inside this vest linked to Gonzalez. Now, 6 years later, Gonzalez is charged with first-degree murder and robbery.
Weight loss drugs are everywhere. So are overdoses. Poison centers report a massive increase as GLP-1 shots flood the market. Doctors warn dosing issues and non-standard formulations are part of the risk. Faster access with fewer safeguards.
Washington State Patrol says they're battling a backlog. Specifically, they're talking about their toxicology labs. They say that in those labs, they are dealing with 15,751 pending cases. It's actually a little bit of an improvement because back in August, the number was even higher. It was like 17,100 cases. So they are working to clear it. But the issue is they want their turnaround time to be between 60 and 90 days for test results. And currently for cases involving alcohol, it's taking up to 10 months. For some cases involving drugs, it's taking up to 20 months. So things that are helping, they do have a lab that opened a couple of years ago, so they have some more resources. They have a vacancy that they're working to fill, and they're working to fully train staff so that they can clear the backlog.
May 30th, 2026 marks 1 year since police began their manhunt for Travis Decker. He's the man police determined killed his 3 little girls in the central Washington wilderness. Now there's a new memorial in place to honor the 3 little girls. This is the Hope Book Barn. It stands for Honoring Olivia, Peyton, and Evelyn. Neighbors in Wenatchee put the finishing touches on the free little library at the end of March. There's a plaque on the library. It reads, "May all who visit be blessed with the gift of imagination and dreams." You are laying your eyes on the Andres and Matilda Munoz bobblehead. It is only available by purchasing your tickets for a special Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take Me Out. Got that? The game is set for July 21st. That's a Tuesday. It's the Mariners hosting the Cincinnati Reds. First pitch at 6:40. Now, if you're unfamiliar with why this is even a thing, Andres Munoz is Seattle's favorite cat dad. Matilda, his favorite cat. Andres Munoz teamed up with Seattle Area Feline Rescue last year to put some really exciting things in motion to benefit the rescue. And this year, when you buy your ticket for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, $5 of each ticket will go to SAFE. And the goal is to raise $10,000 for the rescue. They do a lot of things to help cats and kittens in our area, including making sure that they get medical care and organizing fostering as well. You can always check out Seattle Area Feline Rescue's page for more information on how to donate or volunteer. But again, you need that special link to get that bobblehead. As of Saturday morning, there were only about 200 left. You can text the word MEOW, MEOW, to 206-448-4545, and we'll send you that link.